Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to make a lavender macarons filled with lavender ganache. These macarons are perfect for spring. The shells are also infused with lavender. And for the shells, I'm trying something a little bit different today. I'm making my Swiss method recipe but adding cream of tartar to it because I frequently get asked about adding cream of tartar to this recipe. So let's see what happens. Now we're going to make the shells. Place the lavender in a coffee or spice grinder and pulse until the lavender turns into a powder. Sift the powdered sugar, almond flour, and lavender together. You don't want any of the big pieces of lavender in there. After sifting the ingredients, set them aside. Place a bowl over a pan with barely simmering water. Add the sugar and egg whites to the bowl. Whisk until the sugar has completely melted. It should take 1 to 2 minutes. You can test by touching the mixture between your fingers, and if you don't feel any sugar granules, you can remove it from the heat. Transfer the syrup to a mixer. Start whisking on low, and after about 30 seconds, add the cream of tartar. Raise the speed to medium or to medium-high and continue to whisk the meringue until stiff peaks are formed. Cream of tartar's acidity helps the egg whites achieve their full volume potential, and it makes them stable by helping hold the water particles and the air particles in place. Whisk the meringue until stiff peaks have formed. When you pull the whip up, the peak should be shooting straight up. I feel like this meringue was perfect, very sturdy and whipped to perfection. Not sure if the cream of tartar had a major impact in the meringue, but the peaks did turn out beautiful. Not over whipped and not under whipped, but just perfect. Now I'm going to transfer the meringue to this bowl so I can show you the Macaronage process a little bit better. Pour the sifted powdered sugar, almond flour, and lavender into the stiff meringue. Add food coloring at this point if using any. I added some purple and a touch of sky blue gel food coloring. And start folding with a spatula. Fold until the perfect consistency has been achieved. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. You should be able to pick up some batter with a spatula and draw several figure eights with the batter that's dripping off the spatula. Also notice how the batter that falls off the spatula back into the bowl incorporates nicely with the batter that's already in the bowl. The batter should be flowing slowly and effortlessly off the spatula. Now transfer the batter to a piping bag fitted with a round tip. To pipe, place the piping bag directly 90 degrees over the center of each macaron template. Apply gentle pressure and carefully pipe for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then quickly pull the bag up, twisting slightly. If I'm using a larger tip, I have to pipe for about 3 seconds, but if I'm using a smaller tip, I have to pipe for about 5 seconds. Bang the trays against the counter or against the palm of your hand to release any air bubbles. Also use a toothpick to pop any remaining air bubbles from the surface of the macarons. Let the tray sit so the shells will dry. It takes me about 20 to 40 minutes to dry the macaron shells. You know they're ready to be baked when you can gently touch the surface of a macaron and it doesn't stick to your finger. Bake in the preheated 325 Fahrenheit oven. The perfect oven temperature for you might be different, so it's good for you to experiment with your own oven. After baking for 5 minutes, I rotate the tray and continue to bake for another 10 to 15 minutes. You can tell the macarons are done baking when you try to move a macaron and it doesn't feel jiggly. If it feels jiggly, continue to bake. To decorate the shells, I dipped the top shells in melted white chocolate and sprinkled the top with dried lavender buds. Now we're going to make the lavender ganache. Add lavender to the heavy cream and heat in the microwave for 15-second intervals until the heavy cream is hot. Pour the hot heavy cream over the white chocolate through a strainer to retain the lavender. Then cover the bowl and let it sit for about 2 minutes. Gently stir the chocolate until completely melted. And then set it aside to let it cool down to room temperature. After about an hour or so, the ganache should be perfect to be piped. To assemble the macarons, transfer the ganache to a piping bag and pipe it on the bottom shells of the macarons. Then top with another shell. And always remember to let the macarons mature in the fridge overnight before serving. I hope you enjoyed today's video. For the full recipe, go to piesandtacos.com. I'm going to put a link down below in the description box. Thanks for watching. Bye!